Hello, everyone. My name is Caleb Duncan, and today I'll be presenting on pragmatic language disorder. This presentation will focus on what the disorder is, how it impacts students in a classroom, and what teachers can do to support these students effectively. To start, I want you to think about a student who frequently interrupts, changes topics suddenly, or struggles to follow conversations. These behaviors might seem like disrespect or inattention, but they can actually be signs of a communication disorder. Students with pragmatic language difficulties often don't understand the social rules of conversation, which can make classroom interactions challenging for them. Pragmatic language disorder is a communication disorder that affects how individuals use language in social situations. Even though students may have strong vocabulary and grammar, they struggle with things like taking turns in conversation, understanding tone, and interpreting nonverbal cues. This can make it difficult for them to participate socially and academically. This slide highlights the key skills impacted by pragmatic language disorder. These include conversational skills like turn taking, staying on topic, understanding others' perspectives, and interpreting body language or tone. These skills are essential for both learning and building relationships. In the classroom, students may show signs of pragmatic language disorder difficulties. They might struggle to start or maintain conversations, give off-topic responses, or misunderstand social cues. These challenges can lead to frustration and may cause the student to withdraw or participate less over time. These communication challenges can significantly impact the student's success. Students may struggle with group work, following directions, or understanding expectations. They may also have difficulty with reading comprehension, especially when it involves inferencing or figurative language. Over time, this can affect their confidence and engagement in school. When these challenges are observed consistently, a referral process may begin. Teachers document concerns and work with supported teams like RTI or a student-supported team. A speech-language pathologist may observe the student, and if needed, a formal evaluation is conducted to determine if services are appropriate. Assessing the pragmatic language requires looking at how a student communicates in real-life situations. This includes observations, input from teachers and caregivers, informal assessments, and sometimes standardized tests. All of this information is used to determine the student's strengths and needs and whether services are necessary. Intervention focuses on teaching social communication skills directly. This might include practicing conversation skills, role playing, and using visual supports like social stories. Modeling and structured peer interactions are also important so students can practice these skills in realistic situations. Collaboration between the speech-language pathologist and the teacher is essential. The SLP develops communications goals while the teacher reinforces those skills in the classroom. Working together helps ensure that these strategies are consistent and effective across all settings. Caregivers also play a key role. By practicing communication skills at home during everyday routines, they can help reinforce what the student is learning at school. This consistency across environments supports stronger and more lasting progress. This slide includes helpful resources for teachers and caregivers, such as ASHA, Reading Rocket, and Understood.org, along with more. These organizations provide evidence-based strategies and information to better support students with communication needs. This slide highlights the handout that goes along with this presentation, and I'll follow this slide. The purpose of the handout is to provide a clear and practical summary of the key information about pragmatic language disorder. It includes a simple definition of the disorder, common signs to look for in the classroom, and evidence-based strategies that teachers can use to support students. The goal is to make the information easy to read and apply so both teachers and caregivers can quickly reference it when needed. Overall, the handout is meant to be a helpful resource that supports what we've discussed today and can be used in real classroom situations. The first part of the handout brings together the key ideas we've discussed. Pragmatic language disorder affects how students use language in social situations. Even if they have strong vocabulary and grammar skills, they often struggle with the social rules of communication, like taking turns, staying on topic, and understanding nonverbal cues. On the left side, you can see some common signs in the classroom. These include difficulty starting or maintaining conversations, interrupting, going off topic, and struggling to understand things like jokes or sarcasm. Many students also have difficulty interpreting tone, facial expressions, and body language, which are all important for communication. On the right side, we can see how this impacts learning. Students may have trouble participating in group work or discussions, following directions, and understanding expectations. They may also struggle with reading comprehension, especially when it involves inferencing. Over time, these challenges can lead to reduced participation and even frustration that affects their confidence and behavior. The second part of the handout focuses on what teachers can do to support students with pragmatic language difficulties. On the top left are some classroom strategies, which include clear and direct instruction, modeling appropriate conversation skills, and using visual supports. It's also important to provide structured opportunities for peer interaction and check for understanding regularly. On the top right are some quick tips. These are simple but effective, like giving extra processing time, reinforcing positive communication, and breaking down complex instructions. Encouraging appropriate peer interactions is also very important. On the bottom left is when to refer for support. If a student consistently struggles with social communication, has difficulty interacting with peers, shows frustration, or is not improving with classroom supports, a referral should be considered. And finally, on the bottom right are the helpful resources we went over, such as ASHA, Reading Rocket, and Understood.org, along with others, which provide strategies and information for supporting students. Then my last slide is the references I use for this presentation. They include reliable evidence-based resources such as the American Speech Language Hearing Association, the CDC, and educational resources like Reading Rocket and Understood.org, along with the Hannon Center. These sources provide valuable information on communication disorders, assessment, and classroom support for strategies. And I just want to thank you for uh, previewing my slide with me. Thanks.